Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we have a keyboard in a very beaten up box, and I bought this keyboard the other week from AliExpress for only £22. Now the keyboard that this is meant to be is the AK820, but beforehand they never really used to have a bunch of different options, but when I looked recently I noticed they had a lot of different options for the keyboard and some really cheap ones at about £22. So we're going to dive in today, see where corners have been cut, see what this keyboard sounds and feels like, and then I was thinking maybe we could try mod it a little bit. Seeing as this is very cheap, we could probably spend maybe £20 and make it sound loads better, who knows. But let's get on with the video and let's dive in to this AJAZ keyboard. Alright, let's start by opening it up. As I said, this is meant to be the AJAZ AK820. The weird thing is, on the sticker it actually says tri mode, so it's almost like it must be a generic sticker, because this is not a tri mode one, and I know that for a fact. And also on here says AJAZ X NA Codex. I don't know if the more expensive AK820 has that on there, or if they've collabed with a company to make it this cheap. But let's open it up. Inside the box, we've obviously got the keyboard, which we'll open last. You get a little manual here as well. As you can see on here, it actually does say wired. You get a real hefty, thick little cable, USB-A to USB Type-C, and you get a switch and keycap puller. So let's take a look at the keyboard to start with. Help if I take this off. So this is the keyboard. Now the reason I bought it was I actually thought to myself, for £22 it's not bad. I mean, getting any mechanical keyboard for £22 probably isn't, it's not going to be that good. But I knew that the AK820 was a decent keyboard, and I was curious to see how they've cut corners to make it this cheap. Now I will put on screen what switches are in here. I think there's red switches, so we will see what they sound like. Overall, I haven't owned an AK820, even like the tri-mode one, which is a bit more expensive, but I have owned all the F75, which was about £37, and that sounded amazing. But yeah, this keyboard here, I really like the colorway. I really like 75% keyboards anyway. We've got a little volume knob here. And this is what it looks like. Overall, it looks nice. It definitely is quite lightweight. It's definitely all just plastic. And I would be interested to know if they've got any padding underneath there or foam to make it sound better. So let's take a look at these little keycaps as well. Overall, pretty flimsy, cheap keycaps, to be honest. I won't lie about it. It looks like they are shine through though, so that's one thing going for it. But they definitely don't feel like the strongest, the thickest. That's what may cause it to sound cheap. And we will take these switches out as well. So yeah, I believe these are red switches. I've actually got some switches that hopefully are going to fit, and we're going to put them in there. Now hopefully we can take this keyboard all apart quite easily. As I said, it's hop swappable, so that's a good start at this price point. You know, you can't expect too much from a keyboard. I will mention that if you are looking for a keyboard that is just extremely fast, there's a bunch of Hall effect keyboards for about the £35 to £40 range. So if that's what you're after, go get it. But I really just like 75% keyboards that sound good. So in this video, let's mod this keyboard and make it sound a little bit better. Now it has got flip up feet as well. Has actually got 2 heights as well. Now we'll just give a sound test to show you guys what it sounds like now. Sounds quite like cheap as such, especially like the SpaceBar if you listen to this. Definitely sounds cheap. However, we've got a knob on it, so we're winning already. Right, anyway, I think that's enough talking. Let's go ahead, take these keycaps off. We're going to swap out the switches, as I said. I will show you guys the switches we're using. So I bought these a while back, and they were actually from one of the keyboard videos I've done before, where I kind of made my own little keyboard. But I did swap out these switches for some Acco Silvers or Speed Silvers. So these are, I can't remember exactly, Acco Blue, Acco Creamy Blue, I think. They're tactile switches, but the only thing is, we've got 45, and then we have got a set here, but there's some of the silver switches. I think we've got enough for a 75% keyboard, but it won't matter, because if there's any random keys I haven't, like these four here, I'll just put these ones in. These are technically faster, they sound very good still, but these are tactile. They're really nice for typing, but like I said, this is a cheap keyboard. I'm not trying to make it fast, I'm trying to make it sound good. So they're the switches we're using. And we're also going to take the PCB all off and see what kind of padding it's got. I might have some foam, if I might not, but we are going to mask and tape, so we're going to tape mod it as well. Right, the only thing now, guys, is I've got to figure out how to open this up. So yeah, I think I've got to pry it here on the edges. We'll see. Might need to take this knob off first though. Right. Right, there we go. So it has got like a layer of foam and everything in there, which is actually pretty good. I mean, sure, it feels very cheap foam, but it's even got this, I don't know what material is that. It's like a rubbery material on the bottom, which should help dampen the sound. So we'll probably do like 3 or 4 layers. The only thing is, I'm not sure if I should really be keeping this part uncovered. Maybe leave a gap there. I mean, I don't really care if I break this keyboard, so I don't know. We're just going to do the whole thing, because why not? Right, so that's done. We just need to put these little bits back on, because that's how it seals around the case. And these are the switches that we're replacing. I think they're just red switches. So it should definitely give it a bit of a nicer sound Right, that's pretty much the keyboard put back together. You may be wondering, why have I left these all with no keycaps on? And the reason for that is, if you guys watched my Mad 60HE video, there's a hair in here, that's really going to annoy me. If you guys watched my Mad 60HE video, you would have seen that the spacebar and stuff sounded quite hollow. And I think that was because of cheap keycaps. Now, the way I fix this is I put some masking tape, layers of masking tape inside. And what that's going to do is add some weight to it. It's going to fill some of the gap as well. I've done it before where I've got cotton bud, like these little circular ones, and cut them up and put them in there, then tape them down. That also works, just adds weight to it and makes it sound less hollow. So I will just show you what I mean as well. Right, it still sounds very, very hollow. So let's see if we can fix that. So as I was saying, we can use some of these and cut them and then mask and tape them down. The only issue is, if you add too much, what's going to happen is you're going to press a key down and it's going to be way too heavy for the switch and the stabilizers to keep up or hold up. So we're going to try out and see what we can do. So I don't know how much difference it's made, but like I said, can't be any worse. Alright guys, so I have decided to just leave the others. I've just done the spacebar, added some tape and some like cotton pads in, just to try and make it a little bit heavier. But let's go ahead and see what the keyboard sounds like now. Now the only thing I'll say is, like, the spacebar probably sounds worse. I don't know, it didn't sound great before. But I think it definitely sounds better. I will put a little comparison of before and after. But we should probably see if the keyboard actually works as well, because we haven't even plugged it in. So let's plug it in and let's make sure it's actually working. Well, the keyboard's lit up. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's definitely working. And I don't know if we have software to control the RGB on these ones. But yeah, that's the keyboard, guys. There wasn't a lot of mods we done, just the tape mod and obviously new switches, which obviously have made it sound a lot better. And then we did try and fix the rubbish sound in spacebar, but it still doesn't sound great in itself. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. and I'll catch you all soon.